OLE, the utopian world of online education.
Hello students, welcome to OLE. This is your chemistry class and we are going to start a new chapter, that is fiber to fabric. So what happens, one day Rahul came first in the class. So his mother got very happy and said that I am very happy that you came first in your class and let us go for shopping, right? When Rahul and her mother went in the market, Rahul saw that there are various types of cloth items were available. For example, cotton saris, silk saris, woolen mufflers and many more. Rahul has wondered that the cotton sari has different fabric. Rahul has got to know from the shopkeeper that cotton sari has a cotton fabric, silk sari has a silk fabric and woolen muffler has a woolen fabric. Now Rahul wondered that whether the different clothes or different materials are made up of different fabrics. Then again Rahul searched for more options in the market and he has seen the towels, the tablecloth and many more. And again he has observed that towels, the texture of towel was very different from that of tablecloth. So he asked his mother that, Mom, why the texture of different cloth material is different? So his mother said that different clothes are made up of different type of fabric. Now Rahul starts to wonder that what is this fabric? So what is fabric? He asked. Her mother said, Rahul, any cloth or other material that is produced by weaving or knitting the fibers is known as fabric. And she also gave the example of cotton fabric, silk fabric and rayon fabric. Now Rahul asked his mother, Mom, then do you mean that the fabric is made up of fibers? His mother said, yes Rahul, exactly. The fabric is made up of fibers. Then Rahul asked, Mom, what are fibers then? So what is fiber? A natural synthetic thread. Okay, fiber can be a natural fiber as well as the synthetic fiber that may be spun into the yarn such as cotton or nylon. Rahul asked, Mother, what is this yarn? You have said that fibers are spun into yarns. So what exactly is yarn? His mother answered that yarn is a spun thread which is used for weaving or knitting fabrics. For example, if you take the example of a rope, rope is also made up of yarn. Cotton is also made up of yarn. Wool is also made up of yarn and different types of materials, cloth material are made up of yarns. Rahul got confused. Rahul said, Mother, that fabric is made up of fiber or fabric is made up of yarn. So his mother answered that, Rahul, fabric is made up of yarn and yarn in turn made up of fiber. So actually fiber is the single unit. When we spun the fiber together, we got the yarn, and when we spun the yarn together or knit them, we got the fabric, right? Whenever we spun the fiber together and make it into the yarn, that particular process is known as spinning, right? So here what we do, we take a very thin threads that are known as fibers and we spin them together. What we do, we spin them together to make a strong thread. And that thread that we have obtained by spinning is known as yarn. Now what happens to yarn? We weave the yarn. What we do? We weave the yarn together. Yarn is also a thread, but it is thicker than the fiber, right? फाइबर्स से हम क्या करते हैं, फाइबर्स के थ्रेड को हम स्पिन करते हैं और स्पिनिंग से जो है हमें यार्न ऑब्टेन होता है। फिर यार्न को हम निटिंग करते हैं, जो प्रोसेस होता है, द process of making fabric from the yarn is known as knitting or weaving. So we knit the yarn or we weave the yarn to make the fabric, and from that fabric we made our different clothes, right? So now the fibers are of two types. Fibers are of two types, the natural fiber and the man-made fibers. What are these? Let us see in detail. So Rahul's mother also told him that that fibers are of two types, the natural fiber and the man-made fibers. So Rahul asked, Mom, what is this natural fiber? His mother replied, Rahul, natural fibers are those fibers that are obtained from plants or animals. Okay? Plants or animals. Then Rahul said, Mom, man-made fibers. What are man-made fibers? So his mom replied, man-made fibers are also known as synthetic fibers. These fibers are made with the help of chemicals. These fibers are made with the help of chemicals. So fibers are of two types, that are natural fibers and man-made fibers. Okay. Next, Rahul asked, Mom, what are the examples of natural fibers? His mother said, Rahul, the examples of natural fibers can be cotton, jute, flax, coir or hemp. And then Rahul asked, Mom, what is the example of man-made fibers then? So his mom replied that the example of man-made fibers could be rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic, right? So what we have learned from this story? We have learned that there are different types of fabric available to us. So what are fabric? Fabric are the cloth material by which we can make different types of clothes. For example, the t-shirt, the jeans, the towels, the tablecloths, saris, woolen mufflers, etc. And how these fabrics are made? These fabrics are made from yarns. What are yarns? Yarns are the threads by which we can make the fabric by the process of knitting or weaving. And how these yarns are made? Yarns are further made of fibers. Fibers are thin strands by which we can spun the fiber. Fibers are what? Fibers are thin strand, and in order to make them yarns, we have to spun the fibers, and this process is known as spinning. Whenever we spun the fibers together to form the yarn, this is known as spinning, right? So now we have discussed about the process of spinning, we have discussed about the process of knitting, we have discussed about the process of weaving as well, right? Now fabric can be of different types, so fiber are of two types. We have also seen that fabrics जो हैं वो अलग अलग कलर, अलग अलग टेक्सचर के होते हैं. कुछ फैब्रिक कॉटन फैब्रिक है, कुछ सिल्क फैब्रिक है, कुछ वूल फैब्रिक है. तो ये अलग अलग तरीके के फैब्रिक्स जो हैं वो कैसे हैं? क्योंकि जो फाइबर्स हैं दैट आर ऑफ टू टाइप्स, द नेचुरल फाइबर एंड द मैन मेड फाइबर. So the natural fibers are those fibers which are obtained from nature. Further, natural fibers can be divided into two parts: the fibers that are obtained from plants and the fibers that are obtained from animals. Let us jump to the previous slide again to let you know what are plant fibers and what are animal fibers. As I have told you, the natural fibers can be classified as plant fibers and the animal fibers. So the fibers which are obtained by plants are known as plant fibers. The fibers which are obtained by animals are known as animal fibers. So the example of plant fibers are given here: cotton, jute, flax, coir, hemp, right? What are the examples of animal fibers? The example of animal fibers can be silk, which is obtained from silkworm. Silk is obtained from silkworm. And wool. Wool can be obtained from sheep and also other animals. So the natural fibers are of two types: the plant fibers and the animal fibers. The plant fibers are those fibers which are obtained from plants, for example cotton, jute, flax, etc. Whereas the animal fibers are those fibers which are obtained from animals, for example silk and wool, right? Again, jumping to the synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are known as man-made fibers. Man-made fibers क्यों कहलाते हैं? Because these are not naturally available. हमें ये किसी plant से, हमें ये किसी animal से नहीं मिलते हैं. हम इन्हें labs में बनाते हैं with the help of chemicals and polymers, which you will read in the next class as well, right? So synthetic fibers क्या होते हैं? Man-made fibers होते हैं. These are made with the help of chemicals in laboratories, right? I hope आपको ये topic बहुत अच्छे से समझ में आया होगा. In the next topic, we will study about the cotton fiber. What is cotton fiber? How a cotton can be transformed into a cotton fabric. We will see the whole process in the next session. So, till then, stay tuned and take care. Bye-bye.